What should I do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? Some of you might be wondering what's happened to me. I didn't do any videos over this past weekend because I've been working. Just finished up a 6 day run. I don't typically do a Tuesday live late video, but I am off tomorrow. Supposed to be anyway, so I thought, oh, what the hell? Let's have a couple of cocktails. Had to make a real serious decision. It was either muscle relaxer or cocktails, and I decided I would relax better with a couple cocktails. So, anyways, again, how do you do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? And I know it's been a while. Yeah, I don't typically work the entire weekend, meaning Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I did this time around. Let me get something fixed real quick. Anyways, how the heck are you? I was just in a lot of pain, so I really had to make a serious decision, but I hadn't had anything to drink since last Wednesday. I thought, man, a cocktail sounds really nice, man. It really does. Oh, let me fix something real quick here that I forgot to do a second ago. I always give folks an opportunity. If you would like to jump on the video with me, just let me know and I will send the link to you, typically via Messenger, unless you specify differently. Oh, it's not working. There we go. There we go. I don't know why that went blank on me there for a second. Give me a second. I got a couple cocktails to have with you. The first one, just going with the classics here. There we go. Get that ready. Okay, now let me get back over here. Then you'll have my undivided attention. There we go. Oh, anyways, okay. How the heck are you? So here's what I did for this one. I actually got this bottle. It was a Christmas present. I still got a little bit left here, so it's lasted me a while. A friend gave this to me. Again, thank you again, Kim, for this. Elijah Craig. This is the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel at 94. Toasted New Oak Barrel, again at 94 proof. Let me show you that. So what I do with this, again, I kind of just I just made a classic Manhattan here. Well, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel on this particular cocktail, but I got a little creative on cocktail number two. So let me show this one to you. Again, using a coupe and having your dark cherry on the bottom there. So I've got 2 ounces of that Elijah Craig, 1 ounce of Antica sweet vermouth, and a few dashes of cherry bitters. I like to change up the bitter game depending on my mood, depending on the weather, depending on the flavor profile I'm going for. And this is just nice. That's just a nice cocktail. I got a little creative on the second one, so I won't tell you about it till I bring that up. But anyways, always, if you have any questions or comments, please put it up on the screen. Again, if you'd like to be part of the video, you want to have a cocktail with me, just let me know, and I will send you the link. Again, typically via Messenger. And I'm just going to drink and talk then. You see, I'm not really in that nice pub or nice lounge behind me, just trying to create a mood, you see. Just trying to create a mood, man. Old body's in a lot of pain tonight, so just trying to relax and unwind. The classic coupe. If you're limited or don't want to buy every glass on the market, the coupe is perfect for just about any straight up cocktail. It obviously works for a Manhattan, but it also works fine for a martini as well. Any drink you want to class up, the coupe is just fine. A cocktail like the French 75 is typically served in a fluted glass, but it can also be served in a coupe as well. A lot of places with limited space will just use a coupe and not buy 100 different glasses because you can do just about anything with this particular style. And since I drink mostly Manhattans or derivatives of, I do have several different coupes. It is my glassware of choice. I will even do straight up old fashions in them because I prefer a straight up cocktail to having ice in the glass. And this is the discussion I've had with several folks. It has become trendy to put that big ice cube in an old fashioned. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that at all. However, the however is if you look at early recipes of the cocktail, it was typically served straight up like a Manhattan. But at some point, they got moved to the rocks, and then they got fancy with the big cube, and I don't really dig ice in my drink. So most of the time I will serve a cocktail straight up. However, there are some exceptions. Um, Summertime I might typically go with that big cube. The only other some whiskey sour sometimes I will serve on the rocks, but if I'm doing a Boston sour, uh, I will typically serve it straight up as well. Ah, mercy. Oh, first drink in a week, man. Really, I'm not kidding you. I'm really not lying to you, man. I knew Friday and Saturday were going to be long, so I didn't want to do any drinking since I had to work Sunday as well. So I've been looking forward to this one. Really been looking forward to this one. Having a nice, relaxing cocktail, and I think that's one reason I prefer the Manhattan most of the time to a standard old fashioned, just because for me, again, it's more of a classic drink, and it's more of a relaxing drink for me, anyway. Finally done for the day. I got home. Uh, Ate a little bit, took a shower. That's why I was a few minutes behind getting us going. It took me a little longer to get things rocking than I anticipated, but nevertheless, I'm not gonna to borrow from the great Atlanta rhythm section song. I'm not gonna let it bother me tonight. Not gonna let it bother me tonight. Tomorrow I might go as far as suicide, but I'm not gonna let it bother me tonight. Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to relax, shake it off, have a nice cocktail, tell a few lies. So a lot of this line in the song I love. It goes, I might I might mislead you, but I never lied to you. And the answer is, well, I said, hell, that's the way it ought to be. A great Delbert McClinton song called "The Rub." I love that too. He said, I might mislead you, but I'll never lie to you. And I said, hell, that's the way it ought to be. It's a great line, great song. Anyway, I digress. As you can see, the cocktail's starting to work. Pain hasn't gone away, but I'm caring about it less with each sip. It's just not bothering me as much anymore, man. Got a birthday coming up this month. I hit 60. The big 60. Anybody that knew me in my 20s will probably be surprised that I've lasted this long, but nevertheless, here I am. But if I hadn't met my wife when I did, they'd probably found me in the ditch somewhere in my 30s. So it is definitely due to my wife that I'm still here and kicking. And irritating people. Try not to, but damn, sometimes my tolerance for bullshit it gets less and less. And the truth is, sometimes I have to come to the realization that not everybody thinks I'm as funny as I think I am. Times I'm trying to make a joke, but not everybody gets it. Uh, well, my sarcasm is next levels. Anyways, so I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, so I always have to go back and apologize once I know I have. Sometimes I don't mean something a certain way, but it translates different. So I have to go back and say, okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't mean it to come out that way. Uh, and we are almost done with cocktail number one. So I'm going to jump off camera just for a moment, just for a split second, man. It'll take me just probably take about a minute. Get back in there, grab my cocktail, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I had cocktail number one all ready for you. I had cocktail number one all ready for you. Here I've got this one still in the shaker, so I'm going to pour it. Now I'll tell you what I've got. Get it all in there. We're going to stop there so I don't spill. Irene, I should have looked down earlier. I didn't notice that you were watching. Thought I had some space here, but I didn't realize something was sitting there. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, mercy. Okay, so here's what I got here, folks. Irene, again, if you're still there, thank you. Feel free to ask questions if you like. So here's what I got with this one. I'm using the Watershed. I picked up this. Oh, get a brick. Spilled all over the place. Using the Watershed. Open the damn glass. Watershed Distillery barrel strength fall finishing series. This particular version was finished in apple brandy barrels. It comes in at 129.2. Let me show you that bottle, and I'll try not to spill any more. Tried to read to you, and I tilted the damn glass. So here's what I did with this one. I got 2 ounces of the whiskey. Thanks, Irene. I'm going to post your comment there. I got 2 ounces of the whiskey. I've got 1 ounce of the Watershed. I thought I brought it out here too, but I guess I did. The water. I've got Yeah, what do you do with it? I got 2 ounces of the whiskey, 1 ounce of water. Brought that out here with me, but I don't see it. 1 ounce of the watershed Chino black walnut liqueur, and then a few dashes of black walnut bitter. So I've got just a variation or derivative of a Manhattan going on. Just 3 ingredients. So I just replaced the sweet vermouth with an Chino. Which, especially using that particular whiskey, feels more like a fall cocktail, I suppose. But it's late. I'm tired. It just sounded good. Gosh, and that everything blends together so deliciously. Comment back. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Just make sure you got a good look at that drink there. Oh man, and that really is good. I'd never had Nicino before, and I bought this at the Watershed Distillery. This is barrel aged Nicino, and I never had it before, so I don't know if they all taste like this. But man, this stuff is so delicious. I'm glad I took a chance with it. About I don't know, about 3 weeks or so. Springfield's going to get its first Total Wine, so I'm looking forward to that because I've got a couple decent stores, but the variety on certain things are rather slim, right? I mean, for instance, when I was at the Total Wine in St. Louis, I mean, I was looking for it was on vacation, so I wanted to buy a really good bottle of vermouth or sweet vermouth, and they had just several choices. But I go to either of my liquor stores here, and I've got maybe 3 or 4, right? I've got Gallo, Martini, and Rossi, and maybe 1 or 2 others, right? So I'm looking forward to that store opening to have some options, especially as far as things like that, or Nucino, for instance, or bitters, just those little extra things. And I'm hoping to find a better variety with whiskey as well. There are a few stores that have pretty good whiskey, but I'm hoping they'll have some stuff that maybe the others don't. But it really is those accompanying items that I'm really looking forward to that the stores I have in town are kind of lacking on. Oh man. Couldn't get all that cocktail in here, but now that I spilled a little bit and drank a little bit, I'm going to try to get the rest of it in. There we go. That particular whiskey is just gorgeous. I am a big fan of Watershed. I bought several products from them, and every product I had just knocked my damn socks off. They are just brilliant. I've got a little bit left of this one that I'm saving. Well, not necessarily saving, but I'm gonna. I've got that much left, and I've drank some neat, and I've had some cocktails. But since I'm down to the end of it, I am gonna drink that last little bit neat because it's deserving. It's uncut, unfiltered. Hey, Kat, how are you? I want to post your comment. Sometimes folks will ask me, why would you use a whiskey of that caliber in a cocktail? My answer is, well, I wouldn't use a whiskey of that caliber in a highball. I wouldn't pour soda pop or even club soda over it. But when you're talking about a whiskey or booze forward cocktail like a Manhattan, your cocktail is only as good as the ingredients you put in it. So no, I'm not going to use a bottom shelf liquor to make a top shelf cocktail. And if when you're out, when you go to places again, Watershed Distilling or finer restaurants even that are you order a Manhattan, they're not using bottom shelf liquor. They might be using a whiskey that you might think should only be drank neat, but they want to use a top shelf whiskey to give you a top shelf cocktail. Again, Kat, if you're still with me, if you're drinking anything tonight, let me know. It says that Josh is watching. Josh, how the heck are you, man? How the heck are you? Slancha, if you're drinking with me, you can let me know what you're drinking. Uh, I might even do a second video tonight. I will see how I feel after these two are gone. I won't do a third. I won't have a third cocktail because I'm going to be about 30 minutes in by the time I finish this, and nobody wants to look at me longer than. Well, I'll look at you this long, Tom. Yeah, I'll finish this cocktail, rest for a minute, and then I'll see if I want to set up another one. And a drink in a week. It's nice to finally be able to relax. I can feel the pain easing up as I speak. Oh, that's okay, Josh. I'm gonna. Uh, I appreciate that. Hope you guys are doing all right. But keep in mind, cocktails are $2 off. If you're a cocktail club member, you get $3 off. And our cocktail menu is expanding, as you know, so we'll be able to do just about anything. I'm looking forward to my birthday when I can finally be on the other side of the bar and knock a few back with you, Becky. That would be very nice. And my other friends as well, Levi and Ann. Oh, mercy. Man, that really is good. That is good. I do like what I did with this one. I was, the apple brandy. I just wanted to use a Watershed product with the Watershed Nicino, but I didn't want to drink the last couple ounces of the other Watershed because I want to drink the rest of that neat margaritas made with tequila from when we went to Mexico. Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm a rather simple cocktail guy, as most know. I do love the classic Manhattan. I will have an old fashioned or even a martini from time to time, but I'm talking about only 3 or 4 ingredients. But with the new cocktail menu, I am kind of not that I enjoy making cocktails with 100 ingredients in them, but I am looking forward to learning a few different techniques that I can then transfer to the stuff that I like to do. Take the techniques and put it to a classic cocktail. I need to learn how to make a perfect Boston sour. That's something I'd really like to do because that's a great cocktail, more or less a whiskey sour with some foam on top. But the whiskey sour is typically served on the rocks, where Boston sour is typically served straight out. Similar, slightly different. But again, like I said earlier, I do prefer a cocktail served straight up. I like the coupe in various versions of it. Let me show you here. This is a different one. The coupe is this style, but then I also have it. I mean, that's still a coupe. As you can see, it's slightly different. I've got a few that are just like this, but they have a slightly longer stem. So I call this one my stubby coupe. And I usually like it because I spill less with it. But then as I was reading the bottle and I tilted the glass and spilled anyway. Uh, so obviously that didn't pan out the way I would have liked. Oh, Catherine, I didn't realize you were there as well. So I missed that. I saw Cat was on there, but I missed you. So thank you for joining, everybody that has. We'll wrap this one up. but I'll wait about I don't know, 10 minutes or so. We'll see how tipsy I am. And then I may come back with one more. It's really been nice just to relax and have a couple of cocktails. Like I said, I haven't had anything in about a week, so the thing is, it's not just drinking the cocktails, right? Yes, what you want to relax. So do I have the muscle relaxer, or or do I have a couple cocktails? Well, it's more than just drinking them, right? So the part of that really relaxation process is picking out that right combination, right? Putting that right cocktail together, getting it mixed, looking at it in the glass, and okay, this is perfect. And then you drink it. Oh, see, now I feel better. But it's the combination of all of those elements that really help you relax and help you feel better. Which is why I chose this particular direction this evening because I thought I needed it. So I'll take a break tomorrow, work Thursday and Friday, but then I'm off this weekend because I worked the entire, Friday, Saturday, Sunday last week. But I'm off. I'm at work Friday, but I am off Saturday and Sunday where I can really relax there. But having that one day tomorrow will help me, get back to the hopefully not be quite so cranky. Or as easily, uh, relax, take it easy. Anyways, I digress. Hey, for those of you that watch, hey, thanks for tuning in. I may try to do another one. I know it's late. I know it's a Tuesday, so I honestly don't expect anybody to be watching. However, tomorrow is my day off, so I'm gonna. A lot of times when I have the Wednesday off, I don't really drink on Tuesdays or do videos anyway, because I know a lot of folks say they need to get to bed early. But I'm not going to worry about the viewership today. I just want to relax, take it easy. The Whiskey Cove, what are we drinking? So Whiskey Cove, what I just had. So this is second. I'm finishing up the second of two cocktails. The first one was a classic Manhattan. I used the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel at 94 with some Antica sweet vermouth and some cherry bitters. But I've got a little creative on cocktail number two as I'm finishing up here. Let's take a good look at that there. So what I did with this one is I've got the Watershed. I'll show you the bottle here. Watershed out of Columbus, Ohio. This is their fall finishing series at barrel strength. This one is finished in apple brandy barrels at 129.2. So I've got 2 ounces of this. I've got 1 ounce of the Watershed barrel finished Nocino, and then a few dashes of black walnut bitters. John says, "Good evening, sir." I missed that comment earlier, John. Good evening, man. I know it's late for you. Unfortunately, I'm working on Tuesday, so I don't get to watch the Lager Room guys anymore. So that kind of bothers me, but I like the hours. Anyway, Sláinte John, I figure you're probably ready for bed, but if you want to get on a video with me, let me know. So I'm wrapping up this one, but I will probably set up another one. Yeah, Elijah. So I'm near the end. What did I do with here? I'm getting near the end of this bottle. Let me show it to you. But it was given to me by a friend at Christmas. So I mean, I've babied it along, but we are getting close to the end. I figured that was a nice choice for a classic Manhattan, but I wanted to go bigger for the second cocktail. So the Whiskey Cove says, "How does it all come together?" Also, I'm a big fan of black walnut bitters. Great in an old fashioned. Yeah, I may do an old fashioned next because so when we were in Ohio, I bought 2 bottles of uh, bourbon barrel finished maple syrup. One of them I got down to about this much left. There was only about this much maple syrup left. So what I did is make a raw sugar simple syrup, add it to that maple, and then add a cinnamon stick. So I've got a maple cinnamon simple syrup, if you will. So I may do an old fashioned with that, with the black walnut bitters. How does this all come together? Again, I got that beautiful whiskey with the barrel finished Nicino and black walnut. Nicino is a black walnut liqueur. So I mean, it just I don't. Uh, it just comes together so impeccably well. It's just very tasty, very comforting. I was trying to search for that word earlier. I said relaxing, but the word I was trying to find was comforting. It's just a very comforting cocktail, especially when you're old, tired, you've been on a long run. In your younger days, you didn't have a problem working 60, 70 hours a week, but now you're old and beat up and working 60 hours. You're whooped, man. 60 hours in a 6-day period. I'm tired. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I am make sure. Oh, if I missed that comment there. Love it. Thanks for the breakdown. I appreciate that. John says heading to bed. Yeah, I figured, but I wanted to throw an invite to you just in case. Yeah, I am too. I really am. That'll be a fun one. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, all around good guy. Sláinte. Thanks for tuning in.